alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My dear friends, today I'm going to narrate a story before you, which conveys us the message of clemency and generosity. The title of my story is The Beggar King. Once, a country was ruled by a king who had no son to succeed to the throne. Since the king was getting old, he wanted to select a suitable heir to rule the country. So the king sent out notices throughout the country. The notices invited every qualified young man for an interview with the king. The outcome of the interview would decide a possible successor to the throne. The only qualification for the candidate was that they should have immense love for their fellow human beings. Every young man across the country was very excited at the possibility of being the ruler of the country. A poor young man from a remote village also read the notice and started to prepare for an interview with the king. The man was a kind, hard-working lad, but he was very poor due to various circumstances. The man had no good clothes to be presentable in the sight of the king. So the young man worked really hard and saved some money to buy him proper garments and supplies to support him for a long journey to the palace. After he got his supplies and proper attire for the interview, the young man set out on his quest. He traveled many days and had almost completed the journey when he came upon a poor beggar by the side of the road. The beggar sat trembling and cold, covered only in tattered rags. The beggar extended his arms and pleaded for help. His weak voice croaked. "I'm hungry and cold. Please help me, sir." The young man was so moved with the pathetic condition of the beggar that he immediately stripped off his new attire and offered it to him. He also provided him with the very limited food he had carried for the journey. The beggar thanked the man immensely. Since he had given up his good clothes to the beggar, the man was a bit hesitant to go to the palace. He, however, gathered enough courage to go to the palace in his old, dirty clothes. Upon his arrival at the palace, a king started showing the way to the great hall. After a short respite to clean off the journey's grime, the man was admitted to the throne room for the interview. The young man bowed low as the king entered the room. When he raised his eyes, he gasped in astonishment as he realized that the king looked very similar to the beggar he met on the way. The king saw the shock in the man's eye and said,
"Yes, I was the beggar you met on the way."
But why did you dress up like a beggar? You're a king. Well, then why did you do this to me?" The young man stammered after regaining his composure.
"Because I had to be sure that you had a good heart and genuinely love your fellow human beings,"
said the king.
"I knew that if I came to you as a king, you would have done anything to impress me. But that way, I would have never known what's truly in your heart. So I used a ruse. Beggar had nothing to offer you. The generosity and love towards the one in need proved that you sincerely love your fellow human beings. This country needs a leader who would work for the welfare of all of the nation, not just one who would offer and cater to the throne. You have proved that you are the right person to be my successor,"
promised the king. You see, in life, kindness is more important than wisdom. And the recognition of this is the beginning of wisdom. A heart filled with compassion and love is the greatest gift you can give to the world today. A king in Islam might be rich, might be glamorous, and might have all the power, but this world, this kingdom is worthless compared to a rich heart of a beggarman. Just bear in mind, no one have ever become lost by giving charity. Thank you. Have a nice day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.